he's meeting some good guys. I think a lot of people think that, they're like, wow, he's fighting good dudes. So I'm really excited. He's a good guy, and I've known Miles for a long time. So it's just good to see good stuff happening to good people that kind of put out good energy.
I know he and Garrin.
Last event, we need energy for
Garrin's
this.
awesome. He's impressive.
Frustrates me when we train.
PG-17 is some hard shit.
That's
Oh, I got
brutal. Good. So we started here the Monster, and again on Platform 1 we have Garrin Clark. Platform 2, Erika Crawford. Platform 3, Colin Thompson. And on Platform 4, Aissa. And we mentioned this yesterday, but massively impressive that, Garrin has not only, founded this event, managed it, administrated it, but also finds time to compete in it. So he's wearing multiple hats today and still kicking ass.
He's also fighting a couple injuries, too.
Absolutely. Yep.
Oh, yeah, one leg. Showing off.
Compensating for the injury. There you go, Garrin. Get under it. Get under it quick.
We're giving him a little $500 prize.
It's all right, Garrin.
3-2. 3-2.
I confirm.
Here's 5. Speed, Garrin. So as mentioned yesterday, one of the things that Garrin is fighting today is a knee injury that happened yesterday. So, for him to be managing the 32s and be conscious of that knee, it's a significant variable. So, Rock, obviously you've done this in training. What are your thoughts on this exercise?
Sucks. Just, I think this one is just one of those ones you just You just want to get done with as quick as you can. The sooner the better. Just try to fight through and, you know.
Nice, Garrin.
There you go, buddy.
Good. We're over 5 minutes in, and as you can tell, the pace of this, it's brutal. Every one of these athletes is probably damn near anaerobic threshold. Lactic acid's accumulating. They're switching energy systems. Very demanding. Nice, Garrin.
There you go, buddy. There you go. Round 4 for Garrin, right?
See, it's either round 4 or round 5.
What's his name is on his last round?
Yep, Colin, he's getting, yep. He's fighting. It's interesting to see on the first part of the movement, some people are going with the wide-legged clean and the bells are on the inside. As with Garrin, he's going with the bells on the outside. So we're seeing different strategies based on the morphology and the anatomy of the participant. That's it, Garrin.
There you go, Garrin. Come on.
Quick legs, G.
There you go. 2 more.
See how 8 minutes in. More, Garrin.
There it is. Yeah. Jump rope, baby. Get it.
Come on,
like
G.
Speed, Garrin.
Remember who the fuck you are. That's right. That's right.
40. 50.
Look at that speed. Come on, come on, come on, come on!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
There it is!
That is 9 minutes of intense work. And as you can see, Garrin is at a lighter body weight, throwing around some big bells. So that combination.
165 is what he weighs.
Yep, 165. He's basically almost lifting his own body weight. He's dealing with about 140 pounds. Pretty much a 10-minute drill. Jump ropes, the monsters. Very good performance.
That's it, Erika.
About what? Yeah, absolutely. What he can do is he can either send me a message on Facebook, and then I can respond, or before I leave, you can write down like his email or his phone number, and then I can contact him. But if he looks me up on Facebook and just sends me a message, I'll make sure to send him all the information and the pricing.
Yeah, great. That'd be awesome.
Awesome. Thanks, brother.
Yeah, no problem.
You got this.
You guys keep breathing, just breathe, okay?
Come on, Aissa. There you go. Come on, Erika. Come on, baby.
Where can Mitch find the live stream at? Right at the website?
Yes. Let's get it, girls. Come on.
Very strong. Come on. You gotta train for this. Push hard. Push hard. Keep breathing, okay?
You got this, Aissa.
Yes, yeah.
Quick legs, Erika.
Good job. You guys have a real strong. I'm saying team total, but you guys really have a strong team. You really do. That's brutal.
This is why it's the last event. This is for
I like it.
Breathe off and just relax your breathing. Go to the rope. You cover.
it's everything.
Cover.
This event takes everything out of you. I'm so looking forward to the TV today.
me and you both, and I'm just talking. How many more sets does she got?
This is your last one.
Come on, Erika. Big pancakes. We're going to get pancakes after this. We're getting pancakes after this, Erika. Pancakes today.
Cheeseburger.
Mac and cheese. Cheeseburgers.
So we're going to see you and Mitch compete next year in this?
Yeah, I think absolutely. I mean, I've been watching this event, and I was telling Garrin, I said, this just looks like a lot of fun, but it's brutal. And what I like about it too, and I love kettlebell sports, so this isn't me saying, I'm not, that's not going to be our focus too. We're going to do both. But what I do like about this is that it's not dependent on grip, and it's not dependent on a rack position. So you can take somebody whose anatomy or morphology maybe isn't, so ideal for kettlebell sport, but they could really shine in these events.
Absolutely. And I think that's kind of what's happened with me. I know personally I've been training kettlebell sport for about a year and a half now, and I still have a very hard time with the rack. But there's a lot of events here today that in training I excelled at, because exactly what you said, the physiology plays to it a little bit better, and you don't need to have certain structure or certain expertise to excel in a competition like this.
Absolutely, and even with minus the rack, minus the grip issues, what we're seeing here is that certain body types are going to do really well in some events, and they're going to have an advantage. But then other body types are going to have an advantage in other events. So it's kind of interesting to see how it plays out. So the bigger athletes, they're going to do well maybe in something like the floor press, but then the lighter athletes are going to do well in things that are maybe a little bit more cardio dependent.
Exactly.
Now, John, Garrin was telling me yesterday that you do ultra marathons.
I do.
And what's the farthest you've ever ran?
I've gone into the neighborhoods. It wasn't exact, but 60, 70 miles.
Wow. So for a race of that duration, Garrin was also saying that you'll be eating full meals as you're running.
Yeah, I mean, you're not sitting down, but you're taking in enough calories that would definitely qualify as a full meal. I mean, when you're doing that kind of distance, you're pushing at thresholds of 15, 20,000 calories burnt, and if you're not taking it all back in
you're gonna bonk.
Some form, yeah. I was just telling Garrin earlier, with marathons, you hear the expression "I hit the wall." Well, when you're doing these kind of distances, you hit multiple walls throughout the race, and you just gotta be prepared for that mentally, and then also physically. You need to have a good support crew to be able to supply you with what you need, so your body just doesn't completely shut down.
Now, have you kind of found, John, that obviously that is a type of activity that's really going to build some severe mental toughness. Have you found that's transitioned over to kettlebell sport and what we've been doing here the last 2 days?
Absolutely. Like you said, it is more of a mental game once you get into those distances. Most people that can do a marathon physically are able to do ultra marathons, but I don't think that they don't do them because of the mental aspect of it, to be able to just go that distance. And also with ultra marathons, there's a lot more strategy involved, meaning with marathons, most people are going to run the whole thing. Very few athletes in the world can run entire ultra marathons. There are some, and those are just the extreme examples, but most people have to incorporate a strategy of walking, running, stopping, resting, and without knowing how to do that, more than likely you're not going to be able to finish the ultra. And I think some of that plays into kettlebell sport. You can't just go in and, especially if you're doing a 10-minute set, you can't go balls to the walls that first minute, because obviously, I'm sure you've seen it, you're not going to last a full 10-minute set. So you sort of have to employ the same strategy of, what pace do I need to hit? How do I have to approach this so I can last the full time?
Absolutely. And do you see, like with the ultra marathons, as certain body types tend to dominate? I would imagine that the lighter body types, it's congruent with that type of a person. So I don't think we're going to see too many folks like Leroy out there running 60 to 100 miles.
No, it is something that you see the more lanky, the lighter folks. You don't see a lot of powerlifter looking type guys that are out there. I'm typically on the bigger side, and I'm not that big of a guy as far as body types that are out there running these kind of distances.
Now, are you now as far as next year? Do you and Amanda and your students? Are you guys going to start training already? So, are you kind of thinking with the next event in mind?
Yeah, right now I was supposed to compete today, and right now I'm dealing with an injury. But as far as what's coming up in 2014, I plan to be involved in as many kettlebell competitions and events as possible. I do have the Spartan Death Race in June, which is going to be a big focus of mine. I basically need to start training as soon as I get done healed for that. That's going to be anywhere from 50 miles to 70 miles. But it's an obstacle race. So not only are you throwing in the element of an ultra marathon distance-wise, but now you're throwing in obstacles, stuff that you'd see like in Tough Mudders or Warrior Dash type of races, but spread out over a course that's 50, 60, 70 miles. They don't tell you what the distance is. That's part of the shock and awe of this. You don't know where the finish line is. You don't know how long it's going to go for. You just know that it's going to go for a minimum of 48 hours, can go as long as 80 hours. It's going to be a minimum of 50 miles, can go up to 100 miles, and there might be 5 obstacles, there might be 500.
So I would imagine that that ambiguity right there, that's going to produce a little bit of anxiety, but it also makes it hard to train for.
It does, and I've been doing a lot of research, and basically what people say is you just need to train the mental and the endurance aspect of just keep going, because without knowing if you're going to be done in 40 hours or 60 or 70, that's a big span of time, and you just need to be able to keep going and carrying a load for a long period of time. Most of the course involves you carrying a pack of some kind with something in it. So I know personally what I'm going to be doing is I bought an 80-pound weight vest, and I work from home, so throughout the day I'm just going to be wearing it for 4 or 5 hours at a time and just dropping down and doing air squats, dropping down and doing push-ups throughout the day, and just getting my body accustomed to carrying that load, for hours at a time without being able to take it off, and hopefully I'll be ready.
Sounds absolutely brutal, John, and I for sure 100% won't be participating in that event. So best of luck to you in advance.
Thank you.
And it looks like we got Flight 2 now starting. We got Leroy Johnson on Platform 1. We got Michael on Platform 2. Janice Looney on Platform 3. And Shawn Gregory on Platform 4.
Leroy just pressing that weight up. Shows you the power that man has.
Yeah, he's pretty much Detroit's version of Brock Lesnar, so we're proud of him. Very nice guy, too. Yep, making him look like Gates. Now, I believe Leroy's background is wrestling, and I know currently he's, involved in MMA, one of the top amateur MMA guys out there, going to be fighting in Romania in about 2 weeks. Have you ever trained with him, John?
I have not trained MMA or grappling, but I have lifted with him, and it's unbelievable the amount of power that Leroy has and can generate in pretty much all the different lifts that I've seen him do. He is by far one of the strongest individuals. He's a big guy, but he has a tremendous amount of power, and I saw him fight once, and it definitely translates well into the ring with what I've seen him do to the one person I saw him fight. Just basically manhandled him, threw him down like a rag doll, and controlled him, I think, just through sheer power.
And also one thing you'll notice with Leroy, he's obviously big, he's strong, but he moves well. He's athletic, so there's a high degree of coordination there. Something you don't always see with a bigger athlete.
Exactly. I think a lot of that stems with the versatility of the training that he does. Kettlebell, powerlifting, the type of training that we employ here at F3. I think it's given him an edge that he's not just a big, strong dude. He's a big, strong dude that can move and can move around that ring quickly, and that gives him a huge advantage over these other heavyweight guys.
Full spectrum athlete. Yeah, he seems to be just busting through this.
Leroy's continuing to look very strong, continuing to just press the kettlebells above his head. He's coming up on the end of his third round here. We'll see how the final 2 rounds play out with him. He got some heavy breathing, but he's still looking very strong and moving very smoothly. So I've been meaning to ask you, Ken, I saw the Facebook post about Bikram yoga.
Yep.
I've done it in the past. Actually, both Amanda and I did it, and Amanda absolutely hated it. I actually enjoyed it. Thinking of getting back into it. Besides what you mentioned in the article, flexibility, rehabbing and stuff, what other benefits have you seen that you've gotten from, continually employing that kind of training into your life?
Well, I kind of found like with yoga in general, it's almost cliche to say right now, but it's really mind-body fitness. So there's, a strong mental component, there's a physical component, but what I really like specifically about the Bikram, and the Bikram I've been doing is through Detroit Bikram. They have a location in Troy and Farmington Hills, very good crew, very good teachers, very good energy. But anyway, you walk into a room that's 110 degrees, and then at that point you have to, be slightly meditative. You got to control your breathing. It's one thing to be able to meditate in a quiet room with a candle. It's another thing entirely to put yourself into that type of meditative state while you're suffering. And so for me, the heat was something I had to overcome. So my first experience was similar to Amanda's. I was like, wow, this sucks. But I really saw a transfer over to kettlebell sport to where if I can suffer through 90 minutes, and to me, especially when I first started, it was straight out suffering. For me, just to deal with the heat, and that forced me then to become very aware of my breathing and how to manipulate my breathing to keep my mind calm, to keep my nervous system calm. And then, of course, with the poses, the range of motion is one benefit, but something that a lot of folks don't realize about yoga is when you go into a posture or any type of stretch and you're compressing that area, it's like a tourniquet effect. You cut off the blood, but then when you open up and you release that pose, you get a flood of blood to that area, which has multiple benefits.
Awesome.
Just as far as kettlebell sport specific stuff, for those out there that do kettlebell sport, if you do yoga, any type of yoga, you're going to have a better lockout, you're going to have a better rack. And ultimately, if you can move easier with less tension, that's going to translate into better cardio.
Now, how often are you doing Bikram yoga?
I would say up to about a month ago, I was doing it probably 3 to 5 days a week. Then I was gone. I was out of the country for a while, and since I came back, I've been so busy with various projects. To be completely honest, I haven't been back there in about 3 weeks. Okay. So I think, John, this is going to motivate me to get off my butt and get back there tomorrow.
And Leroy just finished up with a time of 7:39 in the pro division. Absolutely amazing.
Very strong flight.
Yeah, Amanda actually bought me another Groupon, and it was for Detroit Bikram. So it's one of those 30-day ones where you go as many times as you want in 30 days. So I've been trying to find a 30-day window where I'll be able to take real advantage of it. So I'll probably wait until after the holidays. And
now, would you go to the Troy location or
Troy? I'd go to the Troy location.
Yeah, they have a beautiful school there too.
Is that the location you go to?
I kind of alternate. I would say I go to Troy maybe once a week, and then I go to Farmington the majority of the time.
Okay.
Both of them are very nice facilities, but Troy especially, it's just a beautiful club.
Awesome.
So just had our last competitor, Shawn Gregory, finish up, or maybe not. I think he still has the rope yet.
Jump ropes. I think this is it after 100 jump ropes.
I'm seeing several times during this monster drill that it's good neck mobility because there's a lot of head shaking.
This is a tough one. This is one that definitely
methodology.
Leading a kettlebell.
Excellent. It's
Yep. Right now, I go sumo. Which was actually behind me. Water right now.
he knows about. Sport.
He's still out there. Going to be outstanding. Just a month ago. I be interesting to see. And about the ever. I mean,
Five.
they're gonna. Lightweights. And getting to that speed. You get to feel like minutes. I really. Gonna be like nothing. Phenomenal, phenomenal.
Athleticism is there.
This one. Just under 15.
I would say like an event. Which and Debbie compete.
I can take you. All guys.
It'll
Thinks
be
he's
like
gonna
what-
Platform one.
2020.
Okay. Fast pace. Strong yesterday. And Garrin. You guys have probably.
I'm tunnel vision. All
are direct. Athletes. There's probably
all your some recruit.
somebody like. Fourth.
As far as Sport.
It just
Yeah, everybody's.
IUKL.
You know,
A lot of people. And coming up March, I'm hoping Master Sport International. Absolutely paid.
because
Strong guy.
So would you kind of agree, John, that you're going to have, like, within the kettlebell world, we've always talked about, we see a little bit of a separation between the kettlebell sport folks and then maybe the RKC folks. Now, do you kind of see a place in this competition for both type of kettlebell athletes?
Absolutely. I mean, you see the Turkish, the RKC type, and that's what, the Turkish get up.
The two hands anyhow.
Two hands anyhow. All that stuff is a perfect example of how, an RKC type athlete can come in here and absolutely dominate events. Whereas, the GS athlete, kettlebell sport athlete, yesterday would have been their day to dominate. So it completely evens.
Yeah, and what I'm kind of hoping that we're going to see with this event is kind of what we've seen with martial arts. You know, I remember there was a time when there was a lot of separatism as far as, well, no, I'm a judo guy, I'm a karate guy, and people didn't really cross-train as far as different styles. So I'm kind of hoping that what we're going to see here is we're going to see more kettlebell sport athletes that are going to do some of the, you know, the Turkish get-ups, the two hands anyhow, they're going to jump rope, and then hopefully we'll see some of the RKC folks who then maybe switch over to a little bit more of a kettlebell sport methodology as a means for training for an event like this.
Absolutely, why not? I mean, it's fun, it's different.
Now, last thing, John, I know right now for the Dominant Male Award, it really seems to be coming down to you, Garrin and Leroy, and there's been discussions of the potential of a tiebreaker. If there is a tiebreaker, what would you want the event to be?
I'm always up for snatches.
Snatches.
Another snatch set. Obviously, that's my strength, but I doubt it will be that. It'll probably be something more, something that evens that playing field out again.
Well, excellent performance today, John. Thanks for taking your time to come up here and talk with everybody, and we'll be seeing you soon, bro.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Ken.
This is fun. I want one of these in my car.
Yeah.
So if you want, you can stay up here and we can commentate through these folks too. Okay, coming up next in flight number 5, we've got Craig Sylvester, Maureen Dujardin, Beth Bamia, and Alan Adjemi. So that's coming up in flight 5 in about 4.5 minutes.
Thanks a lot.
So I saw the pick, and the last one was the last person up there was Janice. It looks like. Maureen's in 4. So Janice was the last. So okay, so. Good, Matt? I can restart. What do you guys do?